Marriage is the legal union of a man and a woman as husband and wife. It is based on mutual agreements, that is, both parties involved, the man and the woman, must agree to live with each other as a couple. Disclaimer: I am not a marriage counselor. I am not a relationship therapist. Moreover, marriage as a topic is very broad. So in this video, I will narrow it down to the aspect of marriage being for better or for worse. Marriage is not something you force on someone. No matter how much love a man has for a woman, if she is not willing to live with him as his wife, he cannot force her. And vice versa. It was naturally designed by God for us to make our choices when it comes to having a life partner. That is why no one has the choice of who their parents should be, who their siblings should be, or who their blood relatives should be. But we all have the choice when it comes to having a life partner. We have the choice to choose who we want to be our husband or who we want to be our wife. Now, before a man and a woman are joined together as husband and wife, they must have courted. And while courting, they get to know more about each other. I know it is not possible to know just everything about someone, because there are some characters you may not see, except they are triggered by certain kind of actions. But to a very large extent, you should know the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. And while courting, you might observe some characters you are not comfortable with. You can decide to work on them just to be better for each other. There are some that may not be severe or so severe, and you can decide to manage those ones. After all, no one is perfect. Everyone has their flaws. But if the flaws are something you cannot cope with in the long run, it is better you call the relationship a quits. It is better you quit the relationship before it becomes too late. That being said, the aspect I really want to emphasize on in this video is the common phrase, marriage is for better or for worse. This statement has been misconstrued by so many people from time immemorial. What the statement simply means is that husband and wife should be there for each other, both in good times and in bad times. Life is full of ups and downs, roses and thorns. When it is rosy, when the going is smooth and sweet, they enjoy it together. So, when they start having challenges, they are expected to scale through those challenges together. If, for instance, you are married to a rich or wealthy partner, and eventually the person goes broke financially, you are expected to show the person the same love, give the person the same attention and care you gave when the person was financially buoyant. If you are married to a healthy person, and in the process of time, the person starts having health challenges, it will be very unfair for you to start treating the person less, showing the person less love, giving the person little attention, or even wanting a divorce. Your partner could be involved in an accident that led to the deformity of a part of their body. You are not expected to treat the person with less love. You are not expected to start demanding for a divorce simply because of that reason. Other issues like delay in childbearing could be a challenge that husband and wife should scale through together. That is where the statement "for better or for worse" comes into play. That is why it is very important for you to have genuine love for the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. You should be mindful of the things that attract you to the person. If you are attracted by what the person has or just mere physical features, it becomes a problem when those things are no longer there. But if your love for the person, your love for each other is genuine, when you start experiencing storms, you are strengthened and encouraged by the love you both share, bearing in mind that when it was sweet, you enjoyed it together. However, if you are having marital issues that degenerate to domestic violence, to the extent it becomes a threat to your life, two things are involved. One, stay apart for a while. Stay apart from each other. Work on yourself. Try to see a therapist that can help you. Work on your emotions. Work on your anger. Identify those things that can trigger you to go physical on your partner. Trash them from the roots. One thing with most couples is that when they are having issues, they tend to solve the issues on the surface instead of them to evaluate the cause of the problem. Know the root causes of those issues and try to solve the issues from the roots. But they solve it on the surface, and before you know it, it comes up again, again, and again, making it a recurring issue. Stay apart for a while and work on yourself. See how you can be better. See how you can be a better version of yourself for your partner. Staying apart for a while doesn't mean the man should go and start frolicking with other women, or the women should start frolicking with other men. No. It is a time for you to do a self-evaluation, self-examination, to know how you can be a better version of yourself for your partner. That is one. The second one is for you both to go your separate ways forever. Get a divorce, call it a quits. By the time a couple cannot argue or disagree without going physical on each other, then there is a problem, because you do not know the physical attack that could lead to death. This is not to say that I am preaching divorce or encouraging it, but it is the bitter truth that we do not want to tell ourselves, especially Christians. You know, as Christians, we are taught that it is not a good record for one to go into marriage and come out of it while their partner is still alive. We are taught that God hates putting away. He hates divorce because He instituted marriage in the first place. Meanwhile, no one goes into marriage with the intentions of divorcing their partner after some time. I'm not talking about a contract marriage here. I mean two people, man and woman, who genuinely love each other, get married with the intention of staying with each other, living with each other for a lifetime. Anyone that goes into marriage with the intention of divorcing their partner after some time has an evil agenda. People get married with the intention of living together for a lifetime. That is why so many people have described marriage as an institution where there is no graduation. That is why when a couple is getting married, the certificate they are issued carries only the dates they are joined together as husband and wife. It doesn't carry the date they should divorce or they should go their separate ways. Nobody prays for you to get married and come out of it after some time. But you have to be wise. You have to be wise to know when to call it a break or call it a quits. You are the one wearing the shoes and you know where it pinches. People might see you and admire your shoe, but you know the pains you are feeling down there. It is bad enough that you got yourself involved with a wrong partner. Don't make the worst mistake of getting yourself killed by your partner. No one gets a medal for dying as a result of domestic violence. As a Christian, as a Muslim, getting yourself killed by your partner doesn't make you a martyr. The highest you will get is justice. And getting justice for the dead is usually not easy. It is not easy because they are not alive to tell their side of the story. They are not alive to say what truly happened. And getting justice for the dead in a country where there is no respect for the rule of law is not an easy task. A country where the rich and influential ones can control things and make things go in their favor. A country where the judges can easily sway judgments to favor the highest bidder. And if the family of the deceased is not financially buoyant enough, then the case can easily be swept under the carpet and it becomes a forgotten issue. We have records of some people who died as a result of domestic violence. People who were scared of how the society would see them if they decided to call it a quits. People who were scared of name calling and decided to suck up their pains until they eventually died. The same society they wanted to please, the same society they were scared of having a negative opinion about their marriage, blamed them for not speaking out, blamed them for allowing themselves to be killed in their marriage instead of quitting. Yes, marriage is for better or for worse, but not when your life is at stake. And marriage is till death do you part. But do not allow your partner to send you to an early grave because he or she is tired of living with you. It's no longer worth it if your life is threatened. Save your head and stay alive to tell your story. Thank you so much for your time.